What is going on, everybody? Welcome in to Jets Media, powered by BetUS. I'm your host, Richie Malora. It's a new day. Happy Monday, folks. A week from now is the start of free agency, baby. Woo! It's a good day right now, everybody. Hit those buttons on your way in. Some big Jets updates. The combine is done. All right, Cam Ward to the Jets or Giants. Is Cam Ward going to New York? Woo! Davante Adams trade rumors, NFL Combine talk, a lot to get into in today's show. Hit the like button on your way in. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday. Jets, Jets, baby. You know the vibes right now. Howdy to you. How's it going? Astros here. B-Show. Shout out to everybody. Let's get it started, folks. I'm fired up because the NFL offseason is right here. All right? We just finished out going through the Combine. I have a lot of things to say about the Combine and my perspective of things. Woo! Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. So the first thing I want to talk about is Cam Ward, because Cam Ward news is circulating the Jets space right now. It's not stopping because the New York Jets officially called the Tennessee Titans to trade up. Folks, that's an official report. That's not speculation. That's not wondering if it's going to happen. That's a legit thing, folks. What do you guys think? Will the New York Jets actually pull the trigger? Because the New York Jets are a team interested in trading up for Cam Ward, folks. That is real. That is real. Now, the Jets are not the only team, of course, interested in the first overall pick. The New York Giants are also interested in the first overall pick for Cam Ward. Now that the Giants struck out of Matthew Stafford, that is definitely something that is an interesting conversation to have. The Jets will be bidding with the Giants for the first overall pick. If the Jets are extremely interested, we don't know how interested the Jets are. All we know is that they are interested. We don't know how much they've fallen in love with Cam Ward as a prospect yet, but what we do know is that he talked to the New York Jets organization, right? He talked to Aaron Glenn. He talked to Darren Muji and the new Jets front office, and he came away impressed. Cam Ward came away thinking to himself, hey, I kind of want to be part of that team. They're a few pieces away, and I hope I'm one of those pieces.
Especially with the receiver core they have, the defense they have, being able to talk with their head coach for the first time was exciting. And so, I think the Jets are, not too far off, maybe a couple pieces. I'm just hoping I can be one.
And I'm just hoping I could be one of them. He said it, not me. So we'll see if that happens. The Giants and the Jets are the two teams that are looking into trading up for Cam Ward. And the Tennessee Titans are fielding all offers. All right? They're fielding all offers. And if you did not see the report of where this is coming from, it's from Dan Graziano. I made a whole video about it. Here's the report from the article. At the bottom, you see a lot of folks believe the Titans are interested in trading out of the top pick. And the Giants and Jets are among the teams believed to be interested in moving up. All right, so this is on ESPN. If you guys want to go check that out, definitely highly consider checking out that article for all your latest regarding the New York Jets. Carter Hughes just came out with a really good article as well about where the Jets could go in free agency, what the current status is of this football team, because there's a lot of talking heads around this Jets team right now. There really, really is. And I feel like there's so much to talk about. There's so many updates to kind of get into, where it's kind of overwhelming even me. It's overwhelming me. So let's get into another conversation I want to have with you folks, which is a video I made over the weekend already, that the Jets are taking calls on Davante Adams. Now, this would be huge if the Jets can trade him away because they're getting something back. I think that would be a big plus because I don't really see the Jets getting much value from Davante Adams. In my perspective, I had Davante Adams just getting cut, and that was it. I felt like that was really the realistic perspective I had with this New York Jets team with Davante Adams. You look at the contract, you look at all the things, and it just seems like he's going to get cut. But, man, if the Jets can trade him and get something in return, that would be a big plus. I love Davante Adams, was hopeful that he would work out with the Jets, of course, but the situation did not go well, and the Jets got to move on. The Aaron Rodgers experiment failed. The Davante Adams experiment failed, and maybe there's a team out there that's desperate that would want to trade something. Maybe even a fifth, a sixth, a seventh. I don't know. Deebo Samuel went for a fifth-round pick. Why not try to do that? I know Debo's younger, and it's a different situation, and the Jets don't really have leverage in a trade because Davante Adams probably wants to get released anyway, so he can choose where he wants to go. So I think that Davante Adams is probably not going to get traded by the Jets. He most likely will get released. That's my thoughts of that. Folks, do me a gigantic favor. Simply hit the like button. I would appreciate that. Very easy way to support what we do here at the channel, at Jets Media, folks. Please do us a favor and simply smash the thumbs up button. Let's go. Speaking of the NFL draft, I do want to show you guys some odds on the proud sportsbook sponsor of the channel. That just so happens to be BetUS Sportsbook. If you guys want to go over there to BetUS, you can predict who's going to be the first overall pick. Cam Ward is your betting favorite at -200 right now. All right, you have who's going to go number one in terms of a position. Will it be a QB or not a QB? I think the only option is really Abdul Carter. Hey, maybe Travis Hunter shocks the world, goes number one. You never know. Ashton Genty, where's he going to go in the NFL draft? The Cowboys are the betting favorites to land him. The Raiders are right there with the Bears as well. Where will Travis Hunter land? The Giants are up there. The Patriots are up there to land Travis Hunter, Mr. Irrelevant's exact position. So there's a lot of fun bets over there on BetUS. Definitely go check it out by using the code YouTube150, folks, to get a 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% on your next two, up to $2,000. A gigantic shout out to BetUS, and please bet responsibly as always, folks. That's a given, right? Now, I do want to talk about the NFL Combine, my biggest takeaways from it, and a big shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Jay Boy. Shout out to Paul in the chat. Everybody, Mike, Jason's in the chat. Appreciate you all tuning in to another show here on Jets Media. I feel like the NFL Combine was a lot of fun, first and foremost, seeing those those prospects go out there. The biggest scoop from the Jets' perspective of the Combine was that our quarterbacks coach, our brand new quarterbacks coach, put Jalen Milroe through a workout. Now people think the Jets are going to draft Jalen Milroe. I mean, listen, it's possible. I'm not going to rule it out, but I'm not going to say it's a forgiven, guaranteed. So Jalen Milroe definitely improved his stock because I don't think he looked good at the Senior Bowl. Another person who improved his stock, somebody that I've been talking to you guys about for a minute now, is Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart went out there and had a phenomenal day at the Combine. I think that was a given that was going to happen based off the tape. I felt like the Combine is built for a guy like Jackson Dart. You saw him throw the ball down the field with ease, accuracy. He's got swag. He's got confidence. He's got the ability to stretch the field. He's got high velocity. I mean, everything you need in a big arm quarterback. He also measured out similar to Jalen Hurts, which I thought was a very interesting comparison. I feel like listen, Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl champion here. So if he becomes a Jalen Hurts, that's good. I know Jalen Hurts is probably one of those quarterbacks that is so hated on for no reason. I mean, I don't know. I feel like so many people hate on Jalen Hurts, so people probably won't like to hear that he reminds people of Jalen Hurts in terms of measurables, not like Jalen Hurts play style-wise. That's the difference. But from a running standpoint, I could see the similarities between Hurts and Dart because Dart is a physical runner that will run through you, not around you. If there was a quarterback in the league that reminds me of Jalen Hurts from a mobile standpoint, it is definitely Jalen Hurts because Josh Allen is big and can run, but he's just different. Josh Allen, he can have speed, he can run through you. Josh Allen's Josh Allen here, and Jackson Dart doesn't run like Lamar Jackson because Lamar is a different animal. Jalen Hurts is similar though. I think that is somebody that I feel like would go out there and be a dog. Now, I know this is a big narrative. Get Zach Wilson vibes from Dart. Listen, I don't understand. Let me ask you guys this. Is the Zach Wilson vibes with Dart because he's from Utah and wears number 2? Like, is that the reason? Like, when you turn on the tape and watch him play football, do you see Zach Wilson, or is it just this narrative that he's another kid from Utah? They went to the same high school and they wear number 2. Like, is that what it's about? Is that the concern? Like, I don't get it. I posted this over the weekend of this edit, which is freaking sick, by the way, of Jackson Dart as a Jet. And listen, so many people are like, is that Zach Wilson? Zach Wilson? Is that Zach Wilson? Yeah, listen, Zach Wilson wore number 2, so I get the comparisons there. But listen, I don't see this as Zach Wilson 2.0. Zach Wilson did not play in the SEC, first of all. The competition was a completely different animal. That's number 1. Number 2, I feel like that comparison is very lazy. Very lazy. Zach Wilson was going top 3. Jackson Dart's not a top 3 talent right now. and you go out there and look what Jackson Dart did at Ole Miss compared to what Zach Wilson did at BYU, I feel like there's just a completely different perspective there. I really, really do. There's more hype than with Zach Wilson, actually, over Jackson Dart coming out of the draft, by the way. I don't know if that makes you feel better or not, but I don't know. I just don't see that. I know that there's not, you go look at the tape, there's obviously some things to be concerned about with Jackson Dart. He's not a perfect prospect. I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, man, he's flawless. He has no bad games, no bad throws, no bad reads. Obviously, he's I think, more of a work in progress, where I feel like if you draft Jackson Dart, you would probably want to keep Tyrod Taylor and start Tyrod Taylor week 1 and let Jackson Dart kind of sit behind Tyrod Taylor. Whereas if they trade for Cam Ward or something like that crazy, I'd be comfortable giving Cam Ward the week 1 nod. I really do. When it comes to Jackson Dart, I feel like his draft's value is more in the late first round. I really do. I think that a first-round pick is pretty highly likely. I really do, because this is a quarterback-driven league, and there's a lot of quarterback-needy teams across the NFL right now. A lot of quarterback-driven teams in the NFL. So, folks, hit the like button on your way in. This is Jets Media Live right now on a Monday. A week from now is the beginning of the league tampering period. All right, that's an exciting time for us Jets fans to come together and be excited, because who are the Jets going to bring in free agency? That's a whole other conversation. We're finally going to see Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji bring in their type of guys. I have no idea who it's going to be. They're also going to start gutting the roster. I'm not gonna say it's going to be a purge and all of a sudden we're going to see 10, 15 players cut and released by the Jets, but hey, you never know. There's going to be some players that the Jets are going to get rid of, and even Aaron Glenn said himself, I'm going to be making some moves that's going to upset some people, and the move to get rid of Aaron Rodgers is not the last move that he's going to make that's going to upset some people. Those are his words, and I feel like that should wake up some Jets fans a little bit, that Aaron Glenn's not messing around, man.
We're going to bring in
He's not messing around.
We're going to bring in competition at every position. It's not just the quarterback position. That can be D tackle, DB, linebacker, doesn't matter. The nature of this game is competing, and we're going to do that at every position. We're looking for smart, tough, aggressive, and resilient players. All right, we're going to do everything we can to find those guys. And listen, you can find them in all different spots, small schools, big-time schools, trades. Wherever we can find them, we're going to try to bring them on this team.
Smart, resilient. I like that. I like that from AG right there. I feel like we're bringing in a new energy here, a completely different energy to this team. You guys let me know, what's your level of confidence in Aaron Glenn? Do you feel like he is somebody that you're actually rallying behind? Or do you feel like it's more like, here we go again, another coach to just believe about, right? So, I don't know. I'm fired up about it. My boy Zachary's in the chat. If you missed it, every Monday to Friday on Roundtable Sports, 4th and Forever at 2 p.m. Yes, indeed, folks. I would love to announce this. We just finished up our first ever show of 4th and Forever. If you don't know what 4th and Forever is, it just started. I don't blame you. Our first ever episode was live at 2 p.m. EST. I just put the link in the chat, folks. If you guys want to do me a favor right now, click the link, go check out the episode from today, and go subscribe to Roundtable Sports. This is the Roundtable Sports main YouTube channel. It is a network that I've been building with TD and Dan for years now. We're really excited to keep building this. 4th and Forever will be live every single Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. EST. We went through all the things throughout the NFL. It is an NFL-centric show. It is talking all things NFL offseason. We usually have The Huddle, which is now on hiatus for the offseason, folks. If you're used to us being on The Huddle at 3 o'clock, that show is going on a little break for the offseason, which is why we want to launch 4th and Forever, which is our off-season edition of it all. We talked about the breaking news of T. Higgins getting a franchise tag. We talked about even the Jets and the Giants both being interested in the first overall pick. So definitely go check out 4th and Forever and go subscribe over there to Roundtable Sports, because we're building something special and we're excited to keep building something over there. And I would love it if there's more Jets representation over there, because we need more of it. We need absolutely more of it, all right? Someone asked me in the chat, how do you feel about trading up? I honestly am I kind of am all in, man. Hearing Cam Ward say those things about, I feel like I'm the missing piece, I'm like, all right, then let's go freaking get him, man, because I'm a Jets fan my whole life. And there's people that's been older than me that's been witnessing this team with no franchise quarterback. I'm sick of not having a franchise quarterback, and I want one. And if the Jets feel like they're 100% guaranteed that Cam Ward is their guy for the future, then you go all in for him. You do. I mean, I don't care what the price is. Every single NFL team that's successful needs a franchise quarterback. And look at the conference that the Jets are in right now in the AFC. You got to worry about Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, CJ Stroud, just to name a few. The Jets got to compete with those quarterbacks. That's not easy. The Jets need their own quarterback like that. I don't want to just draft somebody in the mid-rounds and hope it hits, or sign Justin Fields and maybe he can figure himself out. Let's be aggressive. Let's be aggressive for our quarterback. The last time the Jets were aggressive for a quarterback in the draft was Sam Darnold. They traded from pick 6 up to pick 3, and it didn't work out. But now you look at Sam Darnold, what he did in Minnesota. So I think the Jets should definitely be interested in moving up for Cam Ward. I really do. Now, someone asks, are you open for Shedeur Sanders at pick 7? I actually am open to that more than I thought I would be after I dug deep into Shedeur Sanders as a prospect. I actually think Shedeur Sanders is a little underrated. You might be wondering, why do I think that? Everyone looks at Shedeur Sanders and they see his father as, you know who his father is. And people are like, nah, man, we don't want him. We don't want to bring prime time. He's overrated just because his father. And I actually disagree. I think that Shedeur Sanders could be an interesting pick. And the reason is this. I think Shedeur Sanders, his strength, I think, will translate to the NFL. I really do. And I made a whole video about Shedeur Sanders. If you want to go check it out, Mel Kiper Jr. had Shedeur Sanders going to the Jets in his mock draft. I made this video last week, so definitely go check it out. I think that Shedeur Sanders has the measurables and has the accuracy and has the field processing skills and has the mental makeup to make it in the NFL. Whenever I evaluate a quarterback, the first thing I look at personally is, how do you process the field? How are you going through progressions? How are you going through your reads? Are you seeing the field? Are you confident with your feet? And that's Shedeur Sanders' strength. Usually it's the opposite with the prospect. Usually they have everything. They can run around. They can make every throw. They got the arm talent. Zach Wilson. Like, Zach Wilson is the complete opposite prospect of Shedeur Sanders. Zach Wilson's negatives coming out of college was, is he going to be able to scan the field? Can he process progressions, his accuracy? The good things about Zach coming out of BYU was his arm talent and the upside. That's the only thing you heard. But Shedeur's got what you need to translate. And do you guys know who Shedeur Sanders trained under in his development into the man he is today? You guys let me know in the chat, because I don't want to say his name, because every time I bring it up, people feel like I'm comparing him to it. Do you guys know who Shedeur Sanders trained under? And some people feel like his game looks like it. Yep. TB12, Tom Brady. Now, is this the next Tom Brady? Absolutely not. But he looks like Tom Brady from the standpoint of how he maneuvers the pocket, a pure pocket passer. And if you get an offensive line to protect Shedeur Sanders, I think he's going to be very good in this league. I really do. I really genuinely believe that. So, we'll see, man. We'll see. There's a lot of other options outside of the 3 quarterbacks we mentioned. Will Howard did not look good at the Combine. Jalen Milroe looked good at the Combine. Did not look good at the Senior Bowl. Kyle McCord looked good. So, there's a lot of quarterbacks that I felt like definitely made a name for themselves, and now we have to look at the pro day. Now we got to look at the pro day up next for all these quarterbacks. And free agency is right around the corner, folks. Next week. Next freaking week, folks. Next week. Go, folks, don't forget to hit the like button. Really do appreciate that. As always, hit that like button. We do appreciate all the love on the channel. We really, really do. The off-season mode has been fun, man. It's been a fun time on Jets Media, making all these videos, going live with you guys. It's been an exciting time to break everything down because there's so much change happening with this Jets organization. It's exciting to break it all down, man. It really, really is. I feel like there's so many options where it's so fun to talk about each hypothetical. I still like Jackson Dart, says Jelani Crawford. Me too. Me too. I feel like if you turn on the combine and you do not get impressed by Jackson Dart, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. So, folks, I'm going to wrap up the show here. It's going to be a shorter live show because I'm actually about to be a special guest on the Jake Asman show that starts in a few moments, in like 20 or 30 minutes. So I will be back on the Jake Asman show and, of course, back on the channel tomorrow. Make sure you guys go check us out all across social media. Thank you all for tuning in. I wanted to go live and give you guys the latest Jets big updates, powered by BetUS Sportsbook, the #1 online sportsbook. Don't forget to use the promo code YouTube150 when you check out BetUS. I'm going to wrap it up here, folks. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, everybody.